Hello once again, Niner Faithful. Johnny Dell back with another episode of 49ers Playbook on the channel that's trying to answer the whys and hows of the game. Week 8 saw the 49ers face off against their division rivals, the Los Angeles Rams. The game was tight through the first half, with San Francisco missing on a couple opportunities and struggling to contain the Rams' screen game. But in the second half, San Francisco completely dominated both sides of the ball, putting up 21 points while not allowing the Rams to even cross midfield. Kyle Shanahan and company were able to cut down the competition by staying aggressive throughout. And you can cut down any and all the hair you want if you head over to manscaped.com right now and use promo code JD49 to get 20% off the Lawnmower 4.0. You can check out the Platinum Package 4.0, so you can be as aggressive as you desire when dealing with troublesome hair. The Platinum Package includes the Lawnmower 4.0 with skin-safe technology that protects you from the moments where you maybe get a little too aggressive. The Weed Whacker 4.0 nose and ear hair trimmer so that you don't feel too much like Sasquatch during the fall months. 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, keeping your hair as healthy as Talanoa Hufunga's Epic Mane. Body wash and deodorant. Crop Reviver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Spritz. Disposable shaving mats. High-quality travel bag, and Manscaped's legendary boxer briefs with the jewel pouch to make sure your jewels stay comfy at all times. Again, that's manscaped.com, and be sure to use promo code JD49 to get 20% off and free shipping. That's manscaped.com and use promo code JD49 today. You're watching Johnny Dell's Football Academy. The biggest problem for our defense in the first half was containing the screen game. I feel like it caught Ryans off guard, who was trying to be aggressive early against a struggling Rams offensive line. Here, LA just has a well-timed screen as they catch Ryans in a blitz. Some of these are well designed too. In our matching defense, when we're in cover 3, the will linebacker is responsible for matching the crossing route. So LA puts Cup on the crosser, which Burks has to pick up and then runs a screen underneath it. Keep this in mind later. One thing that I highlighted in my McCaffrey preview video was his ability to turn a check down into a bigger play. You could also see the effect it had on Garoppolo of forcing the ball less. Here, we're just going to hit McCaffrey on a check down for a nice gain. LA does a good job of disguising pre-snap what they're going to do, as this looks like cover 3 zone with the weak side safety as the deep safety. It looks like we have a great play dialed up, as we're going to run a verticals concept to the strong side, and you'd expect to get Ayuk open down the seam. Post-snap, you'll see they're coming with a fire zone blitz. Jimmy does a real nice job recognizing the safety dropping and taking away Ayuk's seam route, and immediately moves off to McCaffrey on the checkdown with Wagner coming free on the blitz. Then McCaffrey's just able to be special, put his foot in the ground and pivot on a dime, then break a tackle from Ramsey and pick up a first down. So now this opens things up for Kittle. LA is going to be in this matching quarters palms coverage, and with the threat of McCaffrey out of the backfield, no one carries Kittle up the seam. Jimmy sees it and hits Kittle for another chunk gain. Then we get the first of McCaffrey's scores in the game with the double pass. These are the problems that this personnel package creates. We have 21 personnel with 2 backs and 1 tight end. But but we have Wilson and McCaffrey in the game, so how does LA respond? With their nickel package. They now come out in cover 6, which is cover 4 plus cover 2. We have numbers on the screen, and we all saw how our defense got gashed when we didn't have support on this versus Kansas City. And we're going to just run Ayuk up, fake a block, and go vertical. This lets Ayuk slip through wide open for the score. Then some of how LA was able to move the ball was the result of inexperience on the field from injuries. LA is going to run a deep speedo concept, which is a clearing route paired with a deep over route and often run off play action. We're in cover 3 zone, and like I said earlier, the will is responsible for matching that deep over route. Burks does a nice job of not biting too hard on the run fake and gets to his landmark, but never identifies Kupp on the deep over route and never carries him, and they have Kupp wide open for a chunk gain. So now, after getting burned on the screen pass with a deep crosser, LA is going to hit Kupp on the deep crosser again against Burks. Burks is first checking to make sure it's not a screen and is a tad late on matching Kupp, and LA hits Kupp for the touchdown. That's just a rough sequence for Burks, who otherwise played well in the game. One thing we were able to do, unlike in our losses, was overcome some negative plays instead of stacking bad on bad. Here, this is after a sack, and we're going to try and fake a screen to Ayuk and hit Kittle on a vertical. LA does a good job in recognition though, and the quarters players both grab Kittle. Jimmy doesn't stack bad on top of bad though, and just checks it down to Ayuk, who makes a man miss and gets enough yards to where we're able to sneak it for a first down on the next play, which then sets up a field goal. Now, with production from McCaffrey, who ripped off a 25-yard run to start the second half, we're able to get our play action game going. Here we're out in 12 personnel, or 1 back and 2 tight ends, so LA comes out in their base personnel. We just have a run fake to McCaffrey, which draws up the stack backers, run McLeod vertical to grab the middle safety, and we have a nice void over the middle to hit Ayuk for a chunk gain on first down. Again though, we're able to get some big gains out of McCaffrey as just the check down. We're going to try and hit Ayuk on a Yankee concept, which is a deep post with a deep crosser. We've seen Jimmy throw a few picks on this type of play in the past when he forces it. Post snap, UCLA came with 5-man pressure and a 6-man zone. Wagner does a good job of dropping into the throwing lane. Jimmy sees it and checks it down to McCaffrey, who, with the blitz, has a ton of room to operate. So I'm going to talk about this play because it'll be really important later. Here, LA is just running a soft zone, and we're going to have a little two-man stick concept here, which puts a horizontal stretch of the defense. We hit Ayuk on the quick out for a nice gain. Remember this play for later. Ayuk also had a big day, and this is a really nice design by Kyle to have a new way of a tried and true passing concept. LA is going to be in cover 3 zone. So the dagger concept is really common around the league, and it's something we run a lot. It has a vertical seam route paired with a dig or deep in, and it looks to put the defense in a vertical stretch. But like many concepts, defenders are aware of these and can jump on them if they expect it. Here we have a variation of this to create the same idea. Instead of having a dig, we're going to have a CO China, where Ayuk will push like a choice out, then break back in. The seam route will occupy the hook defender who has to squeeze the seam in this scheme. The flat route will then occupy the curl flat, and it opens up a nice void in the zone for Ayuk. The protection was also outstanding, and we see what this offense can be when it's clicking. Then we get a great off-schedule play to take a lead that we never let go of. This is a great job by Jimmy. We're trying to clear it out and work the middle of the field. He sees it's not there. Now, some have said they think the ball was going to Kittle. I disagree, since you see Jimmy look right towards McCaffrey when he avoids the rush, climbs the pocket, and gets the ball into the void that McCaffrey finds, who makes a heck of a catch for a touchdown. Back on defense, we were able to stifle LA's misdirection game with just solid, disciplined play. Here, LA is trying to fake a run, chip down on Bosa, and the tight end wants to use the help to wall him off to allow Stafford to roll out. Just watch Bosa get under the tight end, and this is just dominance, and he pressures Stafford into an incomplete pass. Then what also really helped the coverage unit was production from the pass rush. Here it's 3rd down, and LA only needs 5 yards for a first. We're in man coverage, and they have a nice design drawn up to beat us as they're going to run interference vertical and have Kupp on an option route, and he'll sit down just past the sticks. You see, if Stafford had been able to get the ball out on time, they had Kupp for a 1st down. So why couldn't they get him the ball? The pass rush. So we're going to bring 6, and the Rams will keep in 6 to block. This is why you see all those stunts. We're going to run double stunts here. Warner will attack outside, and Bosa will loop around inside. On the other side, we'll bring Burks to occupy the running back, and then have Amenahu and Jackson attack the outside to open up Ebukam looping around inside. You see, both guys do a great job of attacking the outside shoulder of their men, which turns them and frees up Ebukam. So once Stafford sees color flash, he bails. This disrupts the timing, and so Stafford is late to Kupp to bring up 4th down. So remember that little stick concept to Ayuk earlier? We're going to run the same thing again. And watch how aggressive Darion Kendrick gets on this. Kyle really went after him in this game. He was the same guy who he went after on the double pass. But again, remember this play for later. Then there's the explosion in the run game that McCaffrey brings. Here we have our split zone, and give props to Brunskill here. Donald wins on the rep, but Brunskill doesn't give up, and he's going to drive Donald down the line. For those wondering, no, this is not an illegal block. If contact is made and then the defender puts his back to the man who's blocking him, it is not an illegal block in the back. Now McGlinchey does have a nice little veteran move here by grabbing Wagner's leg while he's on the ground. But McCaffrey doesn't need a big hole, and when he gets through the first level, like I showed in my preview video, the change of direction and burst is special, and he nearly gets in, getting the ball to the 1 yard line. But then gets in on the very next play to complete the triple crown: pass, catch, and run for a touchdown. Then again, the pass rush productivity helps out the coverage unit. Ryans is going to bring the heat and will be in single coverage on the back end. LA gets Robinson open on a whip route for a first down, but again, Stafford isn't able to get the ball out on time because of the pressure. This time we stunt with Ebukam coming inside, and Jackson looping around, and Amenahu slanting across the face of the center, and Warner stunting around. And we get Warner through, forcing Stafford off his spot and a sack. If we back it up though, just watch Bosa get underneath the tackle and the power rush. We know he can speed rush, but the power is supreme. Then we get a huge explosive that helps seal the game. I love this. I love this. This is Shanahan going for the jugular. Up 10 points in the fourth quarter, 9 minutes left. We've all seen this. Kyle will go really conservative, and we've lost 2 very big games. Well, now we're going to stomp on them. Remember that 2-man stick with Ayuk? Well, here we're going to put Ayuk inside and have him run a stick route and put Dwelly on a go route. We're going to pump fake to Ayuk on his stick route. We want to sell this as a stick concept. LA is going to be in their matching palms coverage again. Look at the attention Ayuk gets on his stick route with the pump. Both quarters defenders attack and bust on Dwelly, who we hit for an explosive. And then our fourth touchdown just comes off a bunch of eye candy. So we're first going to fake a sweep to Ayuk, which draws the defense. Then Jimmy's going to pump to McCaffrey, which draws a ton of attention. And we'll get Kittle running free down the back line, and the defense can't drop back in time, and great ball placement by Jimmy to put the ball where only Kittle could get it, and it puts the game away. In a surprising move with over 6 minutes left, the Rams on third down elect to run the ball and effectively wave the white flag. Well, that's it for this week, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the notifications bell to be alerted to when a video goes live. Overall, it was a get-right game for the 49ers in an almost surely must-win scenario. When you look at the talented teams that are 3-5, the Broncos, Packers, and Buccaneers, they feel like they are in a much different position than the 49ers at 4-4. That's the difference a single game can make. Overall, it was a fantastic team win and a truly complete game from the offense, defense, and special teams. The team is going into a much-needed bye week to get healthy and get even more acclimated to McCaffrey and be poised to make a big push in the second half of the season. Overall, I'm excited about the team going forward and where the team can go from here. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Niners.